Hi everyone, it's May, and today I'm going to be talking about the two types of difficult college classes and tips on how to survive each of them. So before we get into that, here's a few general tips for how to succeed in college. So number one is to actually go to class. I know that you're going to hear this from everybody, but it's because it's so important. That's where you're going to hear everything about what's going to be on the tests, what the teachers are expecting for the papers, and you can't get that information if you're not there. It makes such a difference if you show up. I think I only skipped one class last year, and that was to study for another class. Also, attendance is usually important to your grade, so that's going to harm you if you're not showing up just in that way. My second tip is to sit in the front, and I know this probably doesn't sound that great, especially if you're someone who's like shy, but it just makes such a difference because you're just more engaged. The teacher's right there, they're talking, and so you're also more likely to participate, you're less likely to zone out. I just think it really helps in like paying attention, especially in a lecture where it's just very easy to zone out and get bored and you're not held accountable for participating. But if it is a participation-based class, that's important. And also going off of that, I think that participating in classes is important, as hard as it is, and also this is coming from someone who has anxiety, so like believe me, I know how hard it is. But I think that it just helps you get engaged with the material, it helps the professor know who you are, and it keeps you from getting bored in class. Another tip I have is to exchange phone numbers on the first day of class or the second day, because a lot of people drop, so it might be better to do it on the second day of class with people around you, like 3 people, so that you have resources in case you have to miss a class because you're sick or have another event you have to go to or something. You have people that you can contact, that you can get notes from. I think that's so important, or just if you have questions about the homework or something like that. My last general tip is to go to office hours. I know you've probably heard this one a million times before also, but your professors want to talk to you. They want to get to know you, they want to help you, they're there to help you, they're getting paid to teach you and help you learn. So take advantage of that. I've definitely used office hours, especially for my English classes where I have to write a lot of papers. If I'm having trouble coming up with something or developing an idea, I've always walked out of that teacher's office with a clear idea in my head of what I wanted to write about and just feeling so much better. And also going to office hours just helps the professor get to know you, which is really important. Okay, so now we're going to move into more on the how to survive difficult classes part. So college classes are a lot different than in high school. It's a lot less class time than you've had in high school, and the homework will be more like read 50 pages of the textbook and come to class next time understanding it. You have a lot just more reading and not as many assignments. Basically all college is reading and papers. They're not going to have you hand in your notes, they're not going to have you hand in summaries, like you're expected to read the text and understand it on your own. So the two types of difficult classes are, number one, the class that's difficult because the material is actually hard to understand, and then number two, the class that is difficult because it's a ton of work. So first I'm going to talk about how to survive the first one, the class that's difficult because the material is hard to understand. And this would be something like chemistry. I never had to take it in college, but I know a lot of people who have, and it's just hard. There's just so many different things to understand, and it's like how to apply it, because it's not just memorizing, you have to like learn all these processes. Definitely a tip would be to go to office hours, like I just said, especially if the class is a big lecture hall. It can really help to get the teachers tutoring one-on-one and have them explain specific concepts to you that you don't understand. If that's not working, or if you don't like your teacher and they're not being effective in office hours or in class, I would recommend forming a study group with other people in your lecture. Just start talking to people around you, see if anyone else needs help, and you guys can help each other and figure things out together, and I think that's a really good resource. There are also tutorials online for a lot of different things if you just go on YouTube and look up tutorials for what you're having trouble with. Or if it's like an English class, using SparkNotes so that you can understand what you're actually reading. I know I do that a lot. SparkNotes and Shmoop are lifesavers. And then my last tip would be to go to a tutoring center on campus. I'm guessing that your school probably has one. I know we have a few. We have one specifically for writing, and then one that has just like every subject. You can go in and just get help with whatever class, and they will have tutors there that have taken it or something similar. They know what they're doing and they can help you. So now onto the second kind of difficult class, and this one is just difficult because it's a ton of work. So with this one, I would say to block out short periods of time where you're going to do your work. Don't say like on Friday I'm going to do all of it, because like you probably won't actually end up doing all of it, and if you do try, you're going to end up getting really burnt out. You're more likely to accomplish it if you split it up into shorter periods of time to work on it, and also schedule breaks during that time that you're going to work on it, because that'll give you something to look forward to. And it could be like, I'm going to let myself go on Pinterest for 10 minutes, or I'm going to play a card game with my roommate really quickly. Something like that, just to help you get through it. And then my last tip would be to go to the library or just somewhere on campus that's not your room and only take what you need. Like maybe don't even take your phone or something, just take like your book and your notebook to take notes and just grind and get stuff done, because then there won't be as many distractions. Because I know when I'm sitting in my room I get so distracted. Like I get up and get food, I go on YouTube, whatever, and I don't do my work, and it just ends up being this big mess. So I would just recommend going somewhere where you know you'll be focused. Those are my tips for how to survive difficult classes. I hope that helped you. If you have any other questions about college, just leave them down below and I will definitely respond to you. I make videos every Monday about college, living a healthy lifestyle, and food. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe, and you can follow me on my social media that will be in the description. Thank you for watching.